Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to AFK farm the Star Mansion Act 6 in Anime Last Stand. I had a couple comments about this, so I hope this video helps you. If it does, maybe consider leaving a like or subscribing. But anyways, first you're going to grab TinyTask. I'll have a link for it in the description. And before we get started, you want to make sure you go to Preferences and have Always on Top checked and Continuous Playback checked every time you start your farm. Now you can set your recording and playback hotkeys to whatever, but I'm going to use F8 and Control-Shift-Alt-P. Now that I got all those preferences out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. So, of course, we're doing Story and Star Mansion Act 6 here. Nightmare difficulty. So this can work to farm gems and to farm, what's his name, Heavenly Chad. But I'm actually going to be using Heavenly Chad and Boa for this team. So once we load in, we're going to wait until that timer hits 10 seconds, so 5 seconds. Start our recording, and then hold W, A, and Shift, and jump. So we're going to jump all the way up here to the top left corner of the map, outside of range. We're going to hold it until that timer runs out. Then we're going to start running downwards. And just follow this left fence here. You should be lined up right on this edge of the map. We're going to walk a little bit to the right and then a little bit down. So we've got this wide open area. We'll walk a little bit more to the left just to be kind of in the center of everything. Now we're going to place our Boa. And we're going to make sure we try and place her multiple times. So 2, Q, 2, place Q, 2, place Q. So just place, cancel, place, cancel. Make sure you have that Boa down. Now this farm will work with every camera angle, no matter how you spawn. Sometimes I know you spawn in a tree, but we go up to the top of the map to kind of work around that. And it should work 100% of the time, because we have this huge kind of area, and your units should always place. There should never be anything like to get in the way, because we're far enough away from any obstacles. So the next thing you're going to want to do is place down your Heavenly Chad, which is what I'm going to be using. But I know it's kind of contradicting to have Heavenly Chad in a tutorial to get Heavenly Chad, so this could just be any strong damage unit with decent range. It just can't be Yami or anybody with no range. So I'm going to place my Heavenly Chad because that's who I'm using. Just makes it faster, because you want to use your strongest damage unit. And you want to make sure you place that multiple times as well. And now you're pretty much done. That's the setup. You just have to run to the corner, walk down, place your 2 units, and make sure you upgrade them. So I'm just going to upgrade my Heavenly Chad. And that's it. If you did it right, this should loop perfectly. So remember, we started after waiting 5 seconds in the countdown. So we're going to start the playback after waiting 5 seconds in the countdown, and it'll all loop perfectly. As long as you follow these steps, you should be good. This is, again, a great method to farm gems, and a great method to farm Heavenly Chad. I got 3 in one night. I talked about that in my last video where I tested the 3x drops. But yeah, that's how you set this up. Very easy. I hope this video is helpful. Just make sure you keep upgrading your units. Might want to click it extra times just in case, you never know. And yeah, we should be good. So you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and skip to when we fight the boss, because that's like the next important part. But yeah, this is the setup, and you'll see kind of how it loops. I'll have a showcase on the TinyTask kind of going by itself. Okay, we're coming up on the final boss here. Again, I know anybody watching this might think it's stupid I'm using Heavenly Chad to farm Heavenly Chad, but again, you can use any unit that's strong enough here. It just has to be a strong unit with decent range. So I'm just using Heavenly Chad because he is my best unit. But yeah, the boss is coming up here. Now you're going to want to pay attention, because how you end the farm is also important. So as you can see, we're going to take this boss down no problem. Boa helps with the slow, and Heavenly Chad does a ton of damage. Alright, so once you take him down, you're going to wait at least 10 seconds here. So I'm going to wait until that timer hits 5:55. And once it does, I'm going to start spamming clicking retry. I'm just going to spam click it throughout this whole loading screen too. And I'm going to wait till that top timer now hits 10 seconds, because that's when we started the recording, and I'm going to stop it. So then I'm going to save it. And I already have one of this, but I'm just going to name this Star Mansion Act 6 Nightmare Farm. Okay, now that I've saved the recording, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to AFK farm with it. So remember, we started our recording and ended our recording after 5 seconds, or when that top timer hit 10 seconds. So we're just going to use that to kind of measure when we start and stop our farm each time. We've got always on top, continuous playback checked, so we're going to wait until that hits 10 seconds up here. And alright, enjoy a time lapse of how this AFK farm goes.